As a child, I was abused just about any way you can think of by my dad and my uncle. I had a lot of resentment and anger and hurt that led me to getting into drugs. Started with marijuana, rolled my way into K2, methamphetamines, alcohol, whatever I could get my hands on. Fast forward a bit to high school. Wednesday before I was going to graduate high school, I got kicked out of my mom's house. I ended up being homeless, and I lived over there off of 7th and Court in 10. I was on probation at the time, and I went to my PO's office, high out of my mind. I do not remember this. It sounds really stupid, but it's actually amazing. She violated me, and I went to Mecca. I was in county for like 2 weeks, and I was at Mecca for 30 days when I got told I was either going to have to go back to my tent or whatever that may be. I was no longer going to be at Mecca, and it's the first time I had been sober in about a 3-year period for longer than a week. I'd forgotten what it was like to be sober. I just knew that I wanted to stay in Mecca. And I just remember getting down on my knees and just asking God for guidance and strength just to get through my situation. The first time I had called out to God or prayed to God since I was 10. And 3 days later, I was on the phone with a counselor from Iowa Homeless Youth Outreach who gave me the number for Safe Haven House, which is part of Freedom for Youth Ministries. 3 days later, I was living in this gorgeous house. Roof over my head, food that I could eat, and that weekend, it's the first time I went to what at the time was called the Downtown Church, now it's called the Downtown. And the back of their bulletin had Romans Road, which, if you're not familiar with that, you should ask somebody. But it's just the gospel and how to get to heaven, and it all just clicked in my head, and that's when I was saved.